Welcome back to the House of L, everyone. So, look what I found. Isn't social media wonderful? I um I wanted to talk about this because well, you know what? Let me before I discuss it, let me read it. I'm gonna get right to it. It says, "If we're not married, it's my child, and I don't have to give my child that I carry for 9 months the last name of a man who ain't my husband. He's just the father, and there's no long ties to him. Even if we were married, I don't need to give him my kids. I don't need to give my kids my husband's last name. It's 2021." So when I read that, I actually thought about a conversation I was having with someone who his son, who's married, the wife is expecting their first child, and I don't even remember how I asked the question, but it was something about the name or something, because I don't know if the man was married to his son's mother or not. And he says, well, they're going back and forth. He's speaking of his son. He says they're trying to figure out the last name to give to the baby. And I said, wait, didn't you say your son was married to this woman? He says, yes. So why is it even discussion about whose name to give the child? If he married her, it she should even have his she should have his name. But he said the woman, I guess she hyphenated her name or something. So that explained it right there. So I'm guessing she wants to give the child her name and the father's name. But in the 90s, did I read an article or was it an interview I was listening to? And the crazy part, it was Roseanne Barr who actually said it, and it made perfect sense. She says, we as women, we don't have names. We carry the names of our father. And if we do marry, we take the names of our husband. And I thought about when I was younger, because when I was born, my parents were married and I had my mother's name. And then when my father died, I was given his name. And the only reason I was given his name was to collect social security. Uh, like I said, after he died. So I'm guessing had my father lived, I don't even know if I would have his name to this day. So which is crazy. But in a lot of cultures, that's important. I used to read um, Daily Breads back a couple of years ago, and I came across um, something that was written in here. It's called "What's Your Father's Name?" And it reads, when I went to buy a cell phone in the Middle East, I was asked typical questions: name, nationality, and address. But then, as the clerk was filling out the form, he asked, what's your father's name? That question surprised me, and I wondered why it was important. Knowing my father's name would not be important in my culture, but here it was necessary in order to establish my identity. In some cultures, ancestry is important. The Israelites believed in the importance of ancestry as well. They were proud of their patriarch Abraham, and they thought about being part of Abraham's clan made them God's children. Their human ancestry was connected, in their opinion, to their spiritual family. So, even in the Bible, they talk about patriarchy, which is funny because now these modern women, they go out of their way to not embrace it. Um, but yeah, knowing who you are, having your father's name, that's part of your identity. But now we have women who are saying, well, it's my child. And notice the language. Everything is my, me, I. And if it wasn't for this man, she wouldn't even be able to have a child to name. And like I said before, she's saying the child will have her name, but I wonder whose name does she have? I'm sure she has her. I'm putting up air quotes, her mother's name. But as I said before, we as women, we carry the names of our fathers, or we're supposed to, but this is where we are, modern women, and this high level of narcissism. She's saying she carried the child for 9 months. It's her child, her baby, and it's going to have her name. And to just diminish the male by saying he's just a father and there's no long ties to him. It's pretty sad. I mean, I wasn't surprised when I read it, but it's just the fact that now social media, people are actually going on social media and putting this stuff out there, and it's making it so, it's making it easier for people to show their true colors. And some say it's good, some say it's bad, but I don't know. But yeah, ladies, we don't have names. We have our dad's name, and if you're fortunate enough to get married, you're gonna, well, traditionally you would take his name, but now, like I said, these modern women, they're hyphenating their names or even keeping their quote unquote their own names. So, but this is where we are, folks. So I didn't want to come on here and rant all evening or all night. I just wanted to highlight some points on this one. So wherever you are, have a good night, have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.